intense there for a while. How great was that to see the offense do what it did?
Yeah, it was tight early on. I mean, lead-off homer by Kimmy and then kind of silent for a couple innings there. But our approach was good the whole way through. We were taking really good pitches, getting in control of the counts, finding ways to get on base, mixing in a bunt here and there. And then, the big swings came later in the game and consistently throughout the game.
You yourself have been like, for a while, I'm getting past all this stuff, but really dealing with a lot of stuff. But
yeah.
How much better are you the last, say, couple of weeks?
Yeah, better. Yeah, I think recovering better. I still go through the same, aches and pains and whatnot, throughout the course of the week leading up to the start. But when I'm out there, I think the adrenaline and, the level of focus kind of takes away a little bit of the discomfort and stuff, and you're kind of focused on the game itself. So I've been feeling a lot better over the last couple of weeks. I wouldn't say I'm in the clear yet, but, it's manageable for sure.
How big was it to have a game like this at home with all the struggles this team has had?
Yeah, just to string a couple games like that back to back. We feel like we've been playing better ball over the last couple, 2 weeks or so. And then we go to a team that's, on an 8-game win streak and, had some tough losses up there. But overall, I felt like we still played good ball and, to be able to take the last one and salvage that series and then come back home and kick it off the same way that we left in San Fran. It feels good.
I think Bob Melvin alluded to the spark that Ha-Seong Kim gives his team. How big is it to see what he's doing offensively and defensively?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, he's one of the most consistent players in the league defensively, and his bat's become a lot more consistent. I know he had some holes with the fastball. He was a really good breaking ball hitter, but he's starting to square up some heaters now, and I think he's making it a lot harder for guys around the league to pitch to him and game plan for him.
Bob, back-to-back nights. Is this a little bit more of the offense you're anticipating this year?
Yeah. Actually, it's been going on for a little bit. We just had a couple games, in San Francisco where we got stung and didn't swing the bat as good as we have here for a period of time. But to be able to back up, 10 runs with 13 tonight felt pretty good.
Everybody's contributing, which was great, but specifically Ha-Seong Kim in the leadoff spot to get things going and a big hit to start the fifth.
Yeah, I mean, that's what started it all. We've talked about he's kind of an engine for us, so top of the lineup, it's been against lefties. We'll see what we got against a righty tomorrow. But he, you put him at the top, and now our lineup looks really deep, all the way to the bottom. Grish is swinging the bat really well, too. So as it sits here right now, it's tough to get a break, it feels like.
Another great outing for Joe. What did you like particularly about his outing tonight?
Well, really, he didn't walk anybody, struck some guys out, which last game I think he might have only struck out one or so. Looked like the ball was jumping out of his hand a little better. All his pitches were working and getting early count contact.
Give another guy a day off, and he came back and had a pretty good night. Like, what'd you see from Xander tonight?
When he turns on a ball and he drives him to left field, and really with the first hit to left field too, I think we're past his, knock wood, with the wrist thing. But anytime you drive a ball to left field like we saw him doing earlier in the year, it just feels like he's probably in a better place as far as his mechanics and his balance.
What will it take for you to kind of come to a game expecting that stuff like this will happen?
Well, as this game went on tonight, I really felt like we were probably going to score more runs, 2, 3, 4 after the at-bats we had in the first inning. So getting 6 in the fifth was huge, but it felt tonight like we were going to score some runs. It really did.
What would it take for Ha-Seong to stay in that leadoff spot, and what are kind of the mechanics of that?
I don't know. It feels pretty good right now.
You said he's the engine. Can you kind of just go into that a little bit deeper?
There's just so much enthusiasm in how he plays the game, and it rubs off on everybody. And whether it's running down the line, he'll take a walk and he'll sprint down the line. Everything he does on the field just feels like there's a lot of energy to it. It's just the way he plays. It's contagious, and it's a big part of who we are.
You had talked a little bit about wanting to kind of galvanize the home crowd and use it to your effect going forward. A few games now, the last homestand, now this one. Do you feel what's been the difference in terms of using that energy?
It just felt great tonight. It's a Friday night. It's going to be packed. We haven't really put on a show like this in a while, with this many runs. So it just felt really good tonight. And, coming off the last homestand that we had, we played pretty well. Hopefully we're getting our legs here and playing a lot better at home. Ball's jumping a little bit more, it seems like, right now at home, too, and that's part of our game. But, these fans deserve a good show. Glad we did it tonight. Hopefully we follow it up tomorrow.
Cronenworth okay?
Yeah, I just took him out just because he was actually, it hit him in the elbow, but on the pad, and he was feeling it in his fingers. So he's fine. He wanted to stay in the game. I wanted to get Dixon at bat.